How should you solve skinny fat? That's what I'm gonna talk about today. This is honestly one of the most misunderstood and ill-advised topics there is out there. A lot of people have different opinions and they're just so wrong. So let's get right into it. First of all, we need to understand what skinny fat is. And it's already in the name. You're skinny and you're fat, which means skinny means obviously you don't have a lot of muscle mass, and fat refers to you just being fat, which you're not super fat because you're still able to tell that you're skinny, but you do have a lot of fat. So let's say for men over 20% body fat, and for women over 28% body fat. And how you can solve this, or the biggest issue that people have with this, is that they don't understand how muscle growth works, which a lot of people think that for muscle growth you need lots of calories. People think you need to bulk to put on muscle, but if you're skinny, you can almost definitely gain a good amount of muscle even if you're in a caloric deficit, which means eating less calories than you burn. Because muscle growth is not very dependent on the amount of calories you have. There is obviously a correlation. If you're not eating anything, you're not gonna grow a lot of muscle, of course. That's obvious, but you don't need a surplus to gain muscle. And a lot of people will tell you you need to bulk to fill out your frame because you don't have anything to cut to, which is just horrible advice. You will be unhealthier, you will look a lot worse. You're going into the gym making your physique worse. Essentially, doesn't make any sense. Just make sure you're lean. You should always be trying to be leaner, or at least try to be lean. You don't always have to keep going and get leaner and leaner, of course. So how you solve this is by building muscle mass and losing fat at the same time. Because muscle growth does not depend on the amount of calories you eat, or there's just a small correlation, you can fix both of these issues, which are being skinny and being fat, at the same time. And how you're gonna do this is, first of all, fix the skinny by just building muscle. Pretty obvious. Go to the gym, train well. And I actually have a tip for you guys. I'm gonna keep this short, but I have my own app. It's called Live Better, and you can get very optimal workout programs. It's in my description. So if you want that, you can check it out. Okay, I'm getting back to the video now. Just build muscle, train with a high frequency, train hard, and just pick smart exercises, pick a smart amount of sets. And how you can fix being fat is pretty obvious. You can do two things. First is gonna be recomping, which is gonna be a recomposition, which means you're eating at maintenance essentially, but how you can view this is you're eating 2000 calories, you're burning 2000 calories as well, and you're essentially transferring calories from the amount of fat that you have onto the amount of muscle mass you have. So you would burn 2000 calories, 50 of those are going to muscle mass, or an additional 50 are going to muscle mass, which would make it 2050, and you're eating 2000 calories. So those 50 calories of fat are gonna go to 50 calories of muscle. Yeah, so that's how what a recomp is. It's not recommended, or I don't recommend it unless you're taking your a large amount of time. If you want to take it very, very slowly, but it's still not recommended because, as I said, those 50 calories, that's gonna result in 0.1 pounds of fat per week lost, which is just very slow. You can do a lot better than that. I'm not saying you should be aggressively cutting, crash dieting, whatever, but 0.1 pounds of fat per week is just not a lot. You can do a lot better than that. So what I would recommend is to just do a regular cut, and I recommend for most people around 20% of the amount of calories they burn in a day. So if you're eating 2500 calories a day, you should be eating 2000 calories a day, and that's gonna be a decent or a very good speed of dieting. You're not gonna get many of the downsides of aggressive dieting. It should be maintainable most days as long as you follow a good diet. And that's gonna result in 1 pound of fat lost per week. As I said in the 500 caloric deficit example, of course. So that's how you can fix being fat. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And you can leave a comment if you have any questions or you have any video topics you want me to talk about next. Bye.